This is why a lot of men say, don't listen to what they say, you watch what they do. Because this woman said one thing, but she's showing us something totally different.
Put a finger down if you independent and don't get it.
8 hours later.
I'm literally on the side of the road in North Carolina, and I don't have nobody to call to help me. I mean, it ain't really nobody's obligation to stop on the side of the road to help anybody. But, damn! And I just want to say, like, I don't have nobody. Like, what the fuck? I literally have no one to call to help me, and I'm scared to call the police because I don't have insurance on my car, and I'm scared that they just gonna be like, oh, well, where's your registration insurance? Instead of trying to help me get this brick or a piece of wood from under my car. It's just so fucking crazy.
You know what, I'm not even here to clown this lady. I believe this is a teachable moment. You see, when she made that first video, in that moment she was feeling good, she was winning. But what a lot of people don't understand is when you put that stuff out there, there are consequences for those actions. Now, I am not saying she's on the side of the road because she said what she said. But what I am saying is nobody's going to care that she's on the side of the road because she said what she said. And I understand a lot of women have never had to deal with consequences for their actions. So saying whatever you want and doing whatever you want online is fine. But when you're in a situation like this, you have to understand that there will be men laughing at you. There will be men clowning you because you came online and decided to clown them. And it was unnecessary. And I know some of you women believe men would be clowning her no matter what. That's not true. I believe this woman would have came online talking about how her husband passed away and she just didn't have anybody to help her at this moment. Some men would feel bad for her. But because she decided to come online and clown us, no or very few men feel bad for her. She's on here talking about she don't need us, we're useless, and then get online a little bit later crying about how useful we are. And what's really crazy to me is this woman came online and said she doesn't need a man, but you're driving around with no insurance. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say if you had a man in your life, you would have insurance. But if you had a man in your life, you probably would have insurance. Because if you chose a good man, you would have help. Somebody in your corner. Somebody who wouldn't want you driving around with no insurance. But you women are going to do what you want to do. So y'all can keep coming online talking about how y'all don't need us and how y'all got this. But just know that we know that a lot of y'all are full of it. Just like this young lady. A lot of y'all are struggling. You're barely making it. You're at home crying because you wish you did have some help. So just know when y'all come online talking about how much y'all don't need us, the people that it's affecting the most is y'all, not us, because these men are removing themselves from the dating market every day, and every day they're getting more comfortable being by themselves. So y'all keep this up and you ain't gonna have to worry about not needing a man because these men are starting not to need you. As far as this young lady, I hope you get some insurance and get this figured out, but like Cat Williams said,
you shouldn't have been talking
It is so hard to just find a single man that's just not looking for any type of commitment, no issues, where I can just come, bounce on it, you know, make it a creamsicle, and we just go about our way and be happy. If that's you, can you please introduce yourself?
now, I don't know about y'all, but I agree with the late great Tupac when he said, but hey, that's just me. Y'all can go ahead and introduce yourself to that girl if you want to, but I think the only thing that's gonna happen is she's gonna introduce you to something you can't get rid of.
You know what's crazy about getting back into the dating scene? Is finding out in real time that some of the social media and online talking points are actually true. Like, they actually happen. I always thought that it was performative. I never really took it too seriously because I thought that it was all a lie for social media, but it's not. Like, it happens in real life. And I'm finding all that stuff out in real time, and it's so wild to me. And I can't talk for what it's like to be a woman dating. I can't relate to a woman's dating experience. So I'm like, I'm not going to speak on that. But from a guy's perspective, holy it's wild out there. It is so wild. I'll give you an example. So a few weeks ago, I met someone out, just out and about. We locked eyes. She's a very good looking girl. And we exchanged phone numbers. A few days later, we decided, hey, let's link up. Let's meet up. And we have been in constant communication this whole time. And the day of, I text her in the morning. I'm like, hey, does this time work for you? And she hits me back and she's like, hey, I'm getting my hair done. I'll text you when I'm done. I'm like, all right, cool. Like 10 minutes later, I get a text saying that, hey, aren't you going to pay for my hair? I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, excuse me? Like, no, no, I'm not paying. No, what? Like, I'm not paying for your hair. No, like, what are we even doing? And the thing is, like, it wasn't even talked about prior to. Like, it was literally the day of And she's like, hey, aren't you gonna do this? Like, it was just expected for me to pay for her hair to go on, not even on a date. Like, it was like we're supposed to meet for coffee. It's wild. Wild. Another thing that I don't like, or that I'm really noticing, is that during the talking stage, you have to pretend like the person that you're talking to is not talking to other people. You have to do this fine dance where, like, you want to get to know that person and, you know, what they're doing on a daily basis, but you don't want to pry too much, especially if they're like going out a lot or going on trips or something like that. Like, you know, you have to do this dance where, like, I really know what's going on, but I have to pretend like I don't know what's going on because I don't want to come across as being possessive, or, you know what I mean? Like, it's so wild. The dating scene is definitely not for the faint at heart.
I just want to say, I really feel bad for the people who haven't been out in this dating world for a number of years. Maybe they were in a marriage, in a long-term relationship, whatever the reason, but they're now forced to go back out there in the new dating world that we're in now. Because you're going to have a rude awakening, and this is male or female. There are things that are just going on that are different. This is why you see so many older women online talking about, this is crazy, these men don't want to do this, these men don't want to do that, because they have been out of the game and they don't realize men have changed. And the same thing for the men. They go out there just like this man here. They go out in that dating world and they see the type of stuff these women are on now, and they're shocked because the women have changed. Now, I will say, I still believe most of the stuff these people say online is just them talking, trying to get their narrative out there so people will follow along, or they're just trying to throw more pee into the dating pool. And of course, you got people out there who are just trying to get a check. But the problem with that is it's working. There are women out there who hear those stories about how to get money from men, and you should ask for this, you should get your nails, he should pay for your babysitter. So you're starting to see more women try these tactics. But just like with this man here, it's probably not going to work. The only thing it's going to do is leave you out there single. You'll always have men who are going to fall for that stuff, but that is a small percentage of the men. A lot of these men are not going to play these games with you women. But I will give this young man some advice. The way you have to look at this situation and any other situation going forward is, once a woman does something like that, she just saves you a lot of time and trouble. That's how I see it. I appreciate you. To me, it's like going to buy a used car, and when you get there, all of the issues with the car are obvious. Like, you can see the oil leak, you can hear the engine knocking, you can feel the transmission slipping. That is exactly what's happening here. They are showing you the problem right up front. I'd rather that than buy the car and then 6 months later all the problems start popping up. So you got to look at this as getting off lucky, because these women are eliminating themselves with this garbage. And in 10, 20, 30 years, they're going to still be out in that dating world trying to figure out what to do, because a lot of that stuff didn't work. There are women out there who don't think like this, they don't move like this, and we just need to focus on those women. And as far as the other thing you talked about when you said you have to act like you don't know they're in a relationship, that part does suck, because you're over here trying to get to know this girl. She's expecting you to spend money on her, spend your energy and time planning dates. She is expecting you to invest in her, and while you're doing that, there are 2, 3, 4 other guys doing the same thing. And there's a bunch of women out there saying, well, women have to deal with that too. Men are dating multiple chicks too. But like I always say, in most situations, you women aren't paying for it. That's why for most men, it hits a little differently. So you got to remember that too. But I do feel bad for these people who are just getting back out there. They don't really have a lot of information. They don't know about all the changes that have happened over the years, and they're just thrown back out in that dating pool with piss, motor oil, and gasoline in it. So to all those people out there who are in a relationship, you got somebody good in your life, but you believe you can come out here and get something better, like my girls in Vogue said, hold on to your love. You got to hold on. Because the only thing you're gonna get out here is frustrated.
To give you an update on what we look like now, here we go.
You look good, baby.
You look good. This is us now. Bam, bam, bam.
This video just put a smile on my face. I just posted a video talking about how I don't understand why people don't get it together in a relationship. Why do y'all wait to break up to finally want to be the best version of yourself? These two did together, and I love it. If more couples would just support each other in this time, we will have more results like this. Congrats to this couple, because I'm pretty sure this is inspiring a lot of people to do better.